guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm making another Dead Rising tutorial. The last Dead Rising tutorial I made was for overtime. That was a long time ago, and the community has grown a lot since then. There's a lot of people wanting to run PsychoSkip, which is essentially all optional psychopaths. You're doing all of the optional psychopath missions back to back to back. It's pretty much like a boss rush mode. It excludes like all the any percent stuff. There's a different category for that, but this is PsychoSkip, a really short, really fun category that a lot of people want to learn. It is somewhat technical and has a lot of what I call hell RNG. So I'm going to go through it all and help you guys out. Just a heads up that in the description will be the download link for the tool we use that has all of the skips together. So if you want to run TimeSkip, PsychoSkip, all bosses skip, survivor skip, all scoop skip in one program, you don't have to have like 5 or 6 different downloads. This is for you. Just click on it in the description. When you set up your splits, I recommend setting up loadless, since that's what we use for Dead Rising. I'm not going to make a tutorial on how to do that, but if you have questions, the link for the Dead Rising Speedrun Discord will also be in the description. So to start off, just like any Dead Rising speedrun, you want to go to your options and make sure that tutorials are set to off. What that will do is when you start a game, normally you'll get like tutorial prompts. Having them off doesn't have that happen, and it's a necessity, so you might as well just turn it off. Besides that, we don't really change too much of the settings. You can change it to whatever you want. Another thing we recommend doing is going to your graphics settings and going to your frame rate and locking it at 60. So I'm actually running on variable. I shouldn't be doing that. I need to lock this to 60. The reason we do that, I'm not sure if it's confirmed. It might just be theorized, but I've been told, as well as it's just like a community standard, that if you run at 60 FPS, zombies are less likely to grab you as you're on a skateboard. I don't know if that's true, but just to be safe, we're going to lock it at 60. This tutorial, I guess, is for New Game Plus. The differences between New Game and New Game Plus is that New Game Plus you start at level 50, you get much more health, you get all your combo moves unlocked, and we also get to use the Mega Man gun and the laser sword. New Game Plus and New Game could not differentiate more. They're two totally separate runs. This tutorial is for New Game Plus. If you're trying to run New Game, where you start at level 1, and you don't get any of the bonus items, the New Game Plus items, this is not the tutorial for you. The route is entirely different. Another thing that you're going to need for this run is you need a photo of Jesse, because for the second Kent mission, if you're familiar with this game casually, you need to take an erotica photo, and you have to give it to him. In New Game, you have to get the photo during the run. In New Game Plus, you can have it in your save file. So those are the two things you need. You need a save file that's level 50, and you also need the erotica photo. I know the New Game Plus save is on speedrun.com. That link is also in there, along with the TimeSkip download. I'm not sure if the photo is, though. If it's not, then I would join the Speedrun Discord and ask for it, and we can definitely hook you up. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to go into your psychoskip.exe and launch it. Click on the PsychoSkip button and hit connect. You'll know if you're connected when it says connected to PID and a bunch of numbers. That just means your game is connected and it should work. And then we're just going to start up 72-hour mode. This is also not going to be a speed run. I'm going to take my time explaining things, and you can also see my controller on screen, so you know what inputs I'm doing as I'm explaining it. So anyways, you're going to start up 72-hour mode. If you have the auto splitter working, then it should just start automatically. I should say it's sort of an auto splitter. We don't have an auto splitter for this category. You've got to manually split. Otherwise, it should reset if you exit the game, and it should start once the timer's supposed to start. So for this part of the mission or of the game, we're going to go ahead and skip. So we just mash pause here until you get the Carlito loading screen, and we're just going to go in here and open the door. So pretty much every category in Dead Rising besides overtime mode requires you to do Prologue. This is your New Game Plus Prologue tutorial. If you ever want to run anything, whether it's TimeSkip or whatever, this is how you do it. So pretty much you just run and enter Entrance Plaza, just like I did. We're going to mash this cutscene. There we go. And the loadless timer, by the way, also doesn't go during cutscenes. So you could watch all the cutscenes if you wanted to. Your RTA would be terrible, but that's okay. And you're just going to approach these benches over here and trigger the cutscene at like normal. So the thing about Prologue is you're probably going to reset on Prologue quite a bit because it is dependent on like zombie RNG. Sometimes you just get good zombies, sometimes you get bad zombies, sometimes you get grabbed, whatever. So once you get to around this part right here, where I'm at right here, is when you want to initiate a skip. So normally, casually, and in New Game, you're going to run up the stairs, right? And running up the stairs triggers the cutscene. Well, when you reach about where I just said, you can actually perform a cutscene skip with the zombie ride. So what you're going to do is you're going to input zombie ride like this, and when you're on the zombies, you're going to jump and input knee drop, this move. So you're going to zombie ride, jump off them, and at max height, input knee drop. So let's try it. Here we go. Like that. And how it works is the cutscene trigger's not actually on the stairs. Funny enough, it's actually at a certain height. So if you jump off a zombie and do a knee drop, the game thinks Frank is actually higher than he's supposed to be, which will trigger the cutscene. It will save you a lot of time. It's one of those things you're just going to have to go into Prologue and just grind it out. The movement can be choppy, it can be weird. Sometimes you just don't get the zombies there. Sometimes you get too many zombies and you get grabbed. Sometimes you try to do a zombie ride and it just doesn't connect. It's just one of those things you got to just go in there and practice. And it will save you a lot of time. It's definitely a necessity. But you're going to definitely skip that cutscene, and then I believe there's one more. Nope. Okay. So we're going to, so when you get to this point, you can either talk to Otis or the vent. If you talk to Otis and walk away, the dialogue will close. But if you press B on the vent and then you walk away, it'll keep going. And as it's doing that, we're just going to grab these two weapons, the laser sword and the mega gun, and we use them both within the route. They're super overpowered, and they're super useful. Alright, in New Game Plus, once you spawn out, you want to wall kick. So to wall kick, I'm going to do it on this wall, just to kind of show the input. I'm going to do it a couple times. So you want to like jump towards the wall, press X, and then pull away. Like that. Alright? I'm going to do it a couple more times so you can see on the stream. You can even hold the X button. You don't even have to just press it. Like that. Alright, easy enough, right? So once we spawn out of the vent, we're going to go ahead and do a wall kick like that. I'm going to kill Jeff. Normally you just... I'll explain it in a second. Don't kill Jeff, but I'm killing Jeff just to show you guys. So once we spawn out, I'm just going to do it again. This time I'll rotate the camera. I can do it blindly. I know some players have some trouble doing that, so I'm gonna try to do it with the camera rotated. And I'll try to show you guys how it looks. So like that, and that will save you a good bit of time. If you're not fully comfortable with combo moves, I wouldn't waste your time right now trying to learn it. I think whenever your times get better and better, it's very important. But yeah, it's one of those little simple things you can do to save time. Alright, so we're going to pretend I just spawned out of the vent. Right? So we spawn out of the vent. I'm going to wall kick off the wall. Oh, I already messed up. See, sometimes you'll get a jump kick. That's not good. Alright, we spawn out of the vent. Wall kick off, and we're going to run over here. Jeff will normally be right here. We don't do anything to him, just ignore him. And we're just going to enter the elevator like normal. And a fun fact about Dead Rising Speedrun is whenever you have a cutscene trigger on the ground, if you actually roll into it, so this move, it saves a good fraction of a second. I forget how much, it's like half a second or like a quarter, I don't necessarily remember. But it's a good habit to start rolling into cutscene triggers. There's going to be one up here about where I'm shooting. And if you noticed on controller, which is what I'm running on, you should always be running on controller. I don't recommend keyboard at all. There's a lot of disadvantages to keyboard, but we do use both in the run. We primarily use controller, but keyboard is also used. So if I double tap up, which is the roll input, it is very buggy. Sometimes it just doesn't come out. Sometimes it comes out when you don't want it to come out. It's super laggy. It has its disadvantages. It's much more consistent if you mash on the keyboard. So I was using Enter, but I was getting inconsistent results. Shoutouts to Logan as a reject. He was telling me to start using the L key. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to run up to the cutscene trigger and mash L, like that. I did that way too early, alright? You want to do like half of what I just did there, alright? I wish that was perfect so I could show you guys. That was way too early. So like halfway through the rolling animation is when the cutscene should trigger. I believe that's an optimal roll. Here you just want to mash A 2 times and it will skip the case file. And now we're going to do our first psycho battle. So I like to shoot these zombies over here so I don't have a risk of getting grabbed. It's pretty nice. And then we're going to go over here and do Kent, cut from the same cloth. So Kent has a lot to say. He's a lot to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and shoot him. We don't shoot him in the head because that will kill him, but we're going to shoot him once and grab 4 skateboards. The reason we shoot him is because it will skip a bunch of dialogue and make it faster. This is Paradox in post. I realized that as I was editing this video that I didn't mention in the run, there are 2 different item vendors, that's what they're technically called, that give you skateboards here. This one takes longer. See how he like reaches for the skateboard? That animation's slow, right? Whenever you're grabbing boards from the store, you always want to do this one. Look how fast that is. Boom. And you just jump down here and do your thing. But yeah, if you're grabbing skateboards, you want to do them from that one. Not that one. That one's bad. That one, very bad. This one, good. This one, good. But while he's talking, we're going to try to be quick, get on our skateboard, and go over here to grab this book. What this book will do is it will give our skateboards a lot of health. Like double, I believe, of what it normally has. Because normally our skateboards are made of glass, but now they're much more sturdy. It's very important. We're skate over here, and we're going to take... Did I miss it? I got it perfect, like the last frame. Whew. But he's going to take a photo, and then we take a photo of him. This is just doing the mission casually. And here is where RNG happens, okay? This is RNG. This is, if you're going to run this category, this is where you're probably going to reset the most, if not Prologue. It's very well known in the community that once you get past this Kent mission, you have a run. It's kind of RNG hell. So, you want to skate down the stairs, grab the board. This is the recap. Skate down the stairs, grab the board, the skateboard book, skate back up. All right. You should get like a little like transition scene as you're like a little bit after you've broken through the glass into the sports store. That's usually a really good skateboarding. Then you're gonna go up the stairs. You're gonna be quick, and you're gonna take a picture of Kent while he has his camera up. That's the first Kent photo. It's very consistent. Pretty much has like a 90, I would say like a 97 success rate that you'll get the first photo with good RNG. So it's pretty consistent. The second part is the hard part, and I would say he has a 45% chance of having good RNG here. So a little under half. What he's going to do is he's either going to take another photo, which is fast. That's good. That means your run is alive. Or he's going to be like, hey, let's go switch locations, which loses you about a minute. And at that point, you might as well reset. So we're going to see what happens here. Hopefully we get good RNG. Alright, so he's doing one photo. We don't take that yet. Nope. So he gave me bad RNG there. I'm going to reset this run, but I'm going to skip forward. I'm going to like edit and skip forward to where we get good RNG. Alright, so I dropped my gun here because it just clears up inventory space and you have time in between the photos. And hopefully this is a good Kent. This is my 5th try for getting a good Kent in the tutorial. Nice. So when he does that pose, you can take a picture, get 700 points for it, and that concludes the mission. It's important to have your board re-equipped after dropping the gun, so we can just like start skating out, you know? Alright, so after we get done with that, we're going to go ahead and skate this way down the stairs, and we're going to head into the park for the Convicts fight. And the Convicts fight can be a little tricky if you're first starting to learn it. So we're going to mash through this cutscene and we're going to skate forward. What I usually like to do is I like to skate forward to the slim tree here. And they're going to shoot me off my board. They'll crash into the tree. You head with a sword and do that. Super simple. It's all movement. If you're having trouble getting them to get stuck on the tree, just go straight forward like I did up on the tree. I like to crash my Jeep into the middle here because it kills the most zombies and avoids me getting grabbed, but even though I got grabbed here, whatever. As you can see, there's not too many zombies, which is nice. Now, going into here, we want to... I should have equipped my board as I'm entering. What I like to do is, when I enter areas, I like to equip my board ahead of time. I like to equip all of my items actually ahead of time. So as soon as we enter, we're just going to skate into Chryslips. But before I hit the load marker, I'm going to equip my sword and then go in. Cliff is really easy. All right. So during the cutscene, I just hold back like this. See where my stick's holding? I just hold here. I skip the cutscene and I just mash X. Easy. Done. He's dead. One swing. Yeah, he's huge. He's a huge dude. He's one of the most intimidating psychopaths in this game. Easy. Just killed him. Like that. Alright, after that fight, we're going to equip our skateboard and skate out. Alright, so this is where PsychoSkip takes a little turn. The game has a 8 survivor spawn limit, which means Frank can only escort 8 survivors to the safe house at a time. Otherwise, the game starts to break. There's actually a really neat video by Steepo you should watch about what happens if you break that 8 survivor limit through hacking. It's super entertaining. Shout out to Steepo. He's helped out the speedrunning community quite a bit. Anyways, so, since we have this 8 survivor limit, you do have to kill survivors throughout the run. If more than 8 survivors are able to be saved at a time, or if to get to the next psychopath that has survivors, right? Because usually psychopaths in this game have survivors to save. If it exceeds 8, that next psychopath will not spawn. So we do have a route of killing specific survivors, so the next mission will spawn. And we do have to kill 3 of Cliff's survivors. Alright, so the thing about killing these guys, there's multiple ways to do it. So the first way is to aim with controller. Alright, and look how slow the aim is. The sensitivity is so slow. And you gotta clip all 3 of them. So you gotta go 1, 2, 3. It's pretty slow. Because as you see, it gets faster as I go. But the startup's really slow, right? Now, the thing is, if you go to your options before the run, I forgot to mention this. Oh, sorry. If you go to your controls, not options, and you go down to aim, wherever aim is, I already have it mapped. But if you go to aim and make it right-click, and then you map your camera over to like Q or whatever, it doesn't matter, you can actually aim with the mouse. And this is how fast aiming with the mouse is. Look at this. Oh my god. Frank can't even keep up, dude. It doesn't even look intentional. Look how fast that is. That's crazy. I could just spray spam, right? So, optimally, I think aiming with the mouse is faster. Let's not get grabbed here. It is faster. So what you could do is open this door, swap from controller to mouse, and clip these 3 and get going. The problem is the game doesn't like it when you go from controller to mouse. It actually hates it, and it will fight you. This is... See, I'm trying to, like, move, as well as move mouse, and it swaps your input from controller to keyboard. The game doesn't like it. So you can get some weird results, like I could accidentally roll, whatever else, right? So, that's up to you, what you want to do. I, as of right now, just open the door, and I clip them. You want to clip them from Rich to Barbara to Josh. And the reason we do that is because if you flip it from left to right, they have weird AI moving patterns that's much more consistent if you go from Rich to the other ones. After we do that, after I explain very confusedly about control schemes, we're going to head over to Gun Shop. And just a reminder, you want to hit as little zombies as possible. This hallway can be really bad for that. Because obviously your board health, if you run out of boards, your run's dead because running is much, much slower. When we reach the gun shop, you're going to equip your Mega Buster. And now we're going to fight Cletus. Cletus has 2 AI patterns. It seems to be a 50-50. He'll either start shooting you right off the bat, which is bad because you get shot and you lose time, or he'll just kind of stay there for a little bit and you can just clip him over and over. So I'm just going to hold aim during this cutscene. I'm going to skip the cutscene and I'm going to get ready to shoot. So I got bad RNG. He just started shooting there. So that's what bad RNG looks like. And we're just going to clip him. The reason we aim is because auto-aim in this game is bad, and sometimes it will hit the monitor and kill your run, because, you know, or at least throw away your good RNG. It's just much more consistent to just aim. So that's what bad RNG looks like. Good RNG is essentially the same thing, except he just stands there and you can just clip him over and over and you don't get shot. If he gets shot at the end, when you hit him, like, sometimes it'll happen, you'll shoot him, and the final hit, he'll shoot you. That's fine. That's fine. That doesn't waste that much time. I don't think it wasted any time, actually. So after we kill Cletus, we're going to take our board. And this is what I call hallway RNG. Zombies will spawn. Is this bad? I don't know. If your board breaks here, I usually call that bad. If you still have your first board after that hallway, you're doing pretty good on board health. As you can see, I stopped halfway through there and I grabbed the step ladder. The reason we do that is we need that step ladder for a strat we call GregSkip, which I'll show you after we kill Adam the Clown. But we do need that step ladder, so after you break through the glass, grab the step ladder. And my board broke here, which is not that great, but it's better than breaking in the hallway. And we're going to head to Sir Books-A-Lot to grab our second book. This book will give us more health and will allow us to ollie with the skateboard. So for example, if I skate and I press A, or hold A, I can ollie, which will help us later on. Okay, so we're going to get off here, and I'm going to equip my sword. The way I'm going to do Adam the Clown is a way I do it. I seem to be the only one in the community that does it. I call it, it wastes you a little bit of time, but I find it to be much, much, much more consistent. This is what I call the paradox safety strat, and I'll show you how it works. After I do my safety strat, I'll show you a small compilation of the faster strat, and what other runners, how other runners do Adam. All right, so we're going to hit examine, we're going to skip the cutscene, and I'm going to jump over the rails. It can be kind of a tricky jump. I got knives, which isn't perfect. So the thing is, you need to be really careful with Adam, because if he's blocking and you hit him, it can break your sword, and that's a dead run. So that's one way of doing Adam. When you jump over there, he has different AI patterns. He'll either throw knives at you, which isn't great. I adapted to it really well right there, though. He'll either roll at you, or he'll do like a chainsaw spin move. But I basically jump over there. You want to wait until he has some kind of like end lag or whatever. If he's blowing up a balloon or whatever, you hold X to slice into him, and then he's on his back, or he's sitting there, right? And he's going to blow smoke. The smoke hitbox is massive. It doesn't look massive, but it is massive. So I like to run around him, because he'll like try to auto-aim you, but once he shoots the smoke, it's in one direction. So you can keep moving as he's shooting in one direction, then I slice him one more time. Here is where I'll show you runners like Logan is a reject, how he kills Adam, because he usually goes for like fast strat and stuff, as well as Guy Who Lied. They're other two really prominent PsychoSkip runners. That's the fast strat. The fast strat is you spawn in, you move forward a little bit, you hope you get good RNG on his AI movement, and you hold X to slice him, and you either shoot him with the Mega Buster or slice him again, depending on his AI. But he is all AI. Depending on what his AI does, you need to adjust to it. So it's really hard for me to make a tutorial on Adam, because there is just so many different patterns that he could do that you have to adjust to. But the gist is that I recommend, if you're first learning this, once you spawn in, run over, jump over the roller coaster, see what kind of attack he does, evade the attack, punish the attack's end lag with your sword, wait for him to blow his smoke like I just explained, run around him, he'll blow his smoke, punish his smoke with your laser sword, and that's a safety kill. That's what I recommend doing if you're first starting PsychoSkip. Otherwise, once you get more experience, I recommend going for a quick kill. Anyways, after we kill Adam, what you're going to do is you're going to equip the step ladder that we found, and we're going to hit examine again. And this is called GregSkip, so watch how I do this. Our goal is we're going to knock Greg into the roller coaster, and it saves 10 seconds than doing it normal and walking around the mall. So we're going to hit him from the side, then he'll roll. We're going to hit him from the front, hit him from the front, hit him from the side, hit him from the front, and he'll be... Ooh, this is a really good one. So normally, he'll get into the train car, which is really good. That saves about 10 seconds, right? If you're really quick, that was a perfect GregSkip. If you're really quick, and you knock him in front of the train car, and it goes off, it will launch him even farther, which is great. Normally getting him into the train car is fine. Real quick for GregSkip, there's 3 different train cars. The first train car, as of this tutorial, is not possible to get Greg inside. It's theorized that it might be possible, but as of right now, there is no discovery. GregSkip, how we do it, is too slow. And as of right now, stepladder is the fastest way to do it. So getting him in the first one's impossible. It goes by way too quick. The second one has 2 like dead stuffed kids in it or something. I don't even know. But the game doesn't want you to see that for too long, right? It's like a little hint or whatever. So the second train car goes by way faster. If you do GregSkip just like I did, you can either get him in front of that train car or you can get him in it. More often than not, inside of it. And that train car goes by super quick as well. The third train car, however, so if you fuck up GregSkip or you're just taking a long time, if you get him into the third train car, the third train car actually has a longer takeoff has a longer takeoff wait time than the first two. And you'll actually lose 10 seconds versus just talking to Greg and going around the mall. It's really bizarre. I don't know how. Like on paper, you think about it and you'd be like, man, like you wouldn't lose 10 seconds, but you will. It's been timed. So if you get him into the third train car, that's bad. You've lost 10 seconds. Versus getting him in the second train car, you save 10 seconds. But this was a really great GregSkip. I'm glad I actually got this on footage. It's awesome. And we're going to launch him like that. I talk to him, and when you talk to him, you can start clearing out these zombies. That was actually incredible GregSkip. That's like what we need for like world record GregSkip. But Greg's AI is total RNG. You just kind of want to stay by him. Hope he doesn't stop too much. Don't do anything to like bump him or he'll stop because he's awful. That beeping noise is my computer, by the way. My computer's slowly dying.
What the? Oh shit!
So we're just gonna clear out these zombies, make sure they don't bother Gregory here, and we're gonna meet him into the bathroom here. Make sure we don't stay too far away from him. We're gonna aim our gun and wait for him to walk in, and once his dialogue triggers, we can shoot him. Nice. And then we're gonna warp through the mirror. That's why we save Greg, is because we need the mirror warp. It's much faster. And we kill Greg because, again, of the 8 survivor spawn limit, which is good. Then we're going to equip our board, skate out here. Don't hit too many zombies. There's going to be a lot of zombies spawned out here. And we're going to do Kent 2. So Kent can't get hit by zombies or you lose time. But we're going to wait for his dialogue to finish. We're going to talk to him. And after we talk to him, we're going to skate to the bookstore as fast as we can. This is a very, very tight timing. So if I miss it, I miss it. But we're going to grab this book. Nice, we got it. Perfect. See how tight that timing was? If I was like any slow or had some bad boarding, I would not have been able to grab that. That book is the third skateboard book. For this run, that essentially makes your skateboards invincible, so don't even worry about zombie spawns. That book is really important, although you can finish the run without the book. So I guess it's not that important, but I will say that once you're speedrunning this category, it is very nice to have basically indestructible boards. It makes it so later on when we're skating through Alfresca, we can just plow through all the zombies with the skateboard. We don't got to worry about zigzagging and all that, and it saves time. So anyways, now we're going to give Kent our photo. This is the Jesse photo that I had saved before the run. Your photo may be Sophie, it may be different, but it needs to be, I believe, over 500 PP points, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give Kent the photo. And after we give Kent the photo, we're going to equip the boards and skate down this way, jump down and knee drop. Just a tip for heads up, if you're ever jumping from a long distance, knee dropping is faster, because if I jump normally, there is like a fall damage animation, but if you knee drop, you don't take any fall damage, and the animation is not there. So if you're ever jumping from tall heights, always knee drop down, which is, again, this input. So A, hold down, and X. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and skate into the mirror where Greg was. And we're going to go do Joe the cop. Joe is a little bit movement-based. More like her survivors are movement-based. She's pretty easy. There's 2 ways you can do this strat coming up with Nick and Sally. Logan does it after he kills Joe. I do it before. I don't think it really matters. But you're basically going to equip your Mega Buster and shoot Nick. You don't have to kill him. I killed him right there. But you don't have to. Even if you just shoot him and he's still alive down there, he dies eventually. It's fine. And then we're going to skate through the zombies and go to Joe. And equip our sword before we enter. And I'm going to hold up on the stick. I'm going to press pause, and I'm just going to go for a double swipe to kill her. Or no, it's Joe. I'm going to hold X, actually, I think. Yeah. So as you can see there, I killed K as well as Joe with that first swipe. That's good. You need to kill K right there. It's faster. So sorry, I didn't mean to say swipe. Sometimes I get some of these bosses mixed up. You just hold X, and then you just jab twice, and you should kill her. And if you're at the right angle, you should be able to kill Kay at the same time. Alright, so now we gotta kill her 3 survivors, so we're just gonna kill Kelly. And right there is a double kill. If you're at the right angle, you should be able, like that, you should be able to kill both survivors. And then we're going to take our book and skate out of here. We're going to enter the food court. And the thing about the food court is it does trigger a story mission where we have to save Brad. And if a psychopath mission is spawned, which this one is, it's a story psychopath, which is not required. If a psychopath spawns, future ones will not spawn. So we have to fail this mission. The quickest way to fail this mission is to kill Brad, unfortunately. So we're going to equip our mega gun, wait for him to walk in the line of fire, and I missed, but that's fine. Brad's tricky because if you shoot him and you don't get the headshot, he'll do this weird animation where, like, he's like, stop it. And no matter how many times you shoot him in the head, he won't die until the animation's over. Waste of time. So make sure you get the headshot right away. I messed it up right there, but I'll show a little clip here of the correct Brad. You basically just, like, aim your mega gun and wait for him to run into your crossfire, and you just shoot him. That's pretty much the quickest way. But after you do this, you're basically failing a story mission, and this screen will come up. You want to quickly click. I can't even say that word, dude. Quickly click. That's hard, dude. Say that 10 times fast. Quickly click, return to game, and then equip our board, and let's get out of here. But now that we have the book, we can just skate through all these zombies. We don't have to worry about it. Don't run into that post. I've done that a million times. We can just skate through these guys, so we don't have to worry about it. If you don't have the book, you're going to have to do skateboarding as normal and just maneuver around the zombies. Try not to break your board. And now we have to do snipers once we enter Entrance Plaza. Snipers is tricky. It's pretty much RNG, depending on how they're lined up. World Record does it differently, but Logan and I suspect that it's not actually faster. Just that his snipers was not very good. I don't think the world record's on Speedrunning.com anymore. He deleted it, but yeah. So we're not going to do the strat. The strat is to shoot them from the Mega Buster from the stairs, but it's super inconsistent, and I don't think it saves that much time. So what we're going to do is we're going to skate this way. And we're going to hope we get good positioning. We'll see what happens. If you actually ollie as you're going through this hallway, this might be a good snipers. They might have a chance of missing their shots. Alright, that wasn't too bad. But we want them to line up as much as we can. Oh my god, that was a great snipers. If only this was a real run. So that's a good sniper. Sometimes you can get them all in one swing.
Ooh, that was fire.
But this is pretty much RNG dependent on when you spawn in. Because sometimes, like, maybe, like, Jack will be here and the other two will be over here. Sometimes it'll be, like, 1, 1, 1. Like, one on this side, one in the middle. You know, like, vice versa, whatever. But that was pretty good. All three of them are together. Killed them in 2 swipes. Amazing RNGs to kill them in 1 swipe. But that wasn't bad. And then we're going to take our board. And we're going to actually ollie off the balcony. It'll save a little bit of time versus jumping. Don't hit that. That's a common thing that happens. I should have gone from, like, the corner here. And then we're going to skate over to Al Fresca. This way. And again, I have the 3rd book, so I can just plow through all these guys. I ain't got to worry about it. But we're going to go back to Leisure Park, and we're going to do Convicts again. So Convicts is required for the run to be eligible, but we don't have to do them twice. We only have to do them once. The reason we do them twice is because it's actually faster to kill them, take the Jeep, and drive across the park versus skateboarding. So what you want to do is you want to skate over here to this tree, equip your sword, and they will crash into that tree. Sometimes the wall. And then we're just going to do the quick kill like we did earlier, except I'm messing it up. I'm getting shot. You shouldn't be getting shot. You just do the quick kill like I showed you guys earlier in the run when we first killed them. But every time, if you just skate over to that tree, they'll just crash into that pole or the wall every single time. Super easy. When I drive over here, I like to, like, kill these zombies like this. This prevents me from getting grabbed. Just kind of like sliding into the door. But you kind of want to give yourself some more room to, like, get out, which is handy. So we're going to equip our skateboard, and we're going to skate to the movie theater. We're going to ignore Jennifer and these cultists. We don't have to mess with them. And my board is blinking. I'm not entirely sure how much health I have on this board. I know it took some damage before I made it basically indestructible. So I'm going to actually swap off, but you can do this. Take your board and just skate through these guys. Make sure your board has good health, because those cultists do a lot of damage to your board. We're going to enter Theater 4, and we're going to hold X, just like we did for Joe. I'm going to hold up on the stick in the cutscene, and do that. Double slice him, just like that. And he's dead. Then we got to kill 3 movie theater people. So we're going to kill Ray. We're going to kill Beth. And we're going to go ahead and kill Michelle. Oh, there we go. I'm going to take my skateboard and skate through these guys. And I'm going to crash at the wall. Oh no, I got kidnapped. Ugh, that had to happen during the tutorial, dude. Alright, that's what happens if you get kidnapped. If you get kidnapped, then that's the end of a run. There's no coming back. That's pretty much it. That's unfortunate. I guess I'm gonna reset this run, and I'll get back to the point where I'm skating out of the theater, so... Alright, I'm back. So I was gonna replay through the run to get back to where I was, and then I died again, this time on Adam. You fucking kidding me? I have to do all this again? Oh my god. And at this point I was like, alright, I'm just gonna commentate over the rest of my video. There's barely any of the run left. So I apologize. There's nothing really you need to see for inputs, I guess. So I'm just gonna commentate over my PB. So after I finish Convicts here, I kill Ray, I kill Beth, like we just saw, kill Michelle. Grab on your board and you're going to skate through the Convicts, just like that. Don't crash into the wall, everything's good. And then we're going to skate over to the mirror. And the reason we skate to the mirror is because we're going to warp through the mirror, the Greg warp, and go to Paul. So I think I have 3 books, just like when we were doing the tutorial. And we're just going to skate through all the zombies. And go to the bathroom. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing really advanced at this point. Let's skate to Paul. And we're going to kill Paul in a different way than we kill most of the other convicts. We're actually going to double slice him. You don't hold X on the laser sword. You just tap it. Double tap X. So Frank does like 2 swings. The reason we do that is because if you hold it, it will launch him, and that will waste time. So just like that, double swing kills him. And then we're going to skate out of the store. Skating out of the store is harder than it sounds. That's why I took a little while. See, I got stuck on that corner. That happens a lot, and you can actually get bonked off your board from that and waste time. Hence why I walked a little bit towards the door. If you just turn around and skate at the right angle, it should work, but whatever. Then we're going to skate over back to the bathroom, and we're going to do the final boss of this run, Kent. And as soon as you spawn out of the cutscene, you just hold X, and it should work. Just like that. Boom. And he's dead, and that's the end of the run. And this is how I got an 11-11. This was world record at the time. Tied for world record, except mine was 0.5 seconds faster. So technically I had world record, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you heard. Hopefully, guys, this video helps you. I think it will help a lot of new people because there's been a lot of people interested in running the game, just haven't been able to, or are confused about how things work. It's a very odd run that's a lot of RNG involved, and it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite categories in Dead Rising, and hopefully it becomes one of your guys' favorite as well. Thank you for watching. Until next time.